Here is the formula to calculate variance for a sample with the variables listed. Here in column B is a sample data set. We're going to go through how to calculate the variance for this data set in Excel by hand. Looking at the variables, we need to know X bar, or the mean or average of the data set, which we're going to put in column C. To do this, we're going to use the built-in average function. First, left double click on cell C2 so it's highlighted. Next, type in an equal sign. Then type in the letters AV, and a pop-up box will appear. In the box, left double click on average. Now we left click and hold on cell B2, the first value in the data set, then drag down to the bottom of the data, cell B18, and release the click and hold. Next, we type in a close parentheses to close off the average function, and then hit the enter key, and we have our answer of 102.88 rounded off. The next thing we need to know to calculate the variance from the formula is x minus x bar. So we're going to put this in column D as I've labeled on the worksheet. To calculate this, we need to subtract the mean from each of the data points. So we left click on cell D2, then type in an equal sign. Next, we left click on the first data point, 77, in cell B2. Then we type in a minus sign. From here, we left click on the average, or X bar, cell C2, and then we can hit the enter key and we have our answer of negative 25.88 rounded off. To make this easier to fill in the rest of column D, we need to modify the formula we just put in cell D2. So left double click on cell D2 and go over before the C and type in a dollar sign, Shift 4 on the keyboard, and then go over one spot before the 2 and type in another dollar sign. Then hit the enter key. This tells Excel to reference this cell C2. Next, we again left click on cell D2 and we go down to the bottom right corner of the cell, and you'll see the cursor turn black. From here, left click and hold and drag down to the bottom of the data, cell D18, and then release the click and hold. And as you see, the column has been filled in for the rest of the data points. Now looking at the formula, the next thing we need to do is square x minus x bar, which I've labeled in column E. So left click on cell E2, then type in an equal sign. Next, we left click on the first value, cell D2, then type in a to a power symbol, a caret sign, which is Shift 6 on the keyboard. Now we type in a 2 because we're squaring it. Then hit the enter key and we have our answer of 669.89 rounded. Next, we again left click on cell E2 and go to the bottom right corner of the cell. Again, the cursor will turn black, and from here, left click and hold and drag down to the bottom of the data, cell E18. Then release the click and hold. And again, the column has been filled in for the rest of the data points. The next thing we need to do is find the sum of squares, which is the sum of the values in column E. To do this, left click and hold on cell E2, then drag down over the cell below the last value, cell E19, then release the click and hold. From here, we want to go to the summation symbol in the editing section near the top of the worksheet, as you see here, and left click on it. And now we have our answer of 51,493.76 rounded. Now, following the formula, we can calculate the variance. I'm going to put the answer in cell B23, so left click on B23. Next, type in an equal sign, then type in an open parentheses. And now we want to left click on the sum we just calculated, cell E19. Next, we type in a division sign, a forward slash, then another open parentheses. From here, we need to input n, the number of data points, and we're going to use the count function. So type in COU, and in the pop-up box, left double click on count. Now we left click and hold on cell B2, the first of the data points, and drag down to the bottom, cell B18, and then release a click and hold. Then type in a close parentheses to close off the count function. Next, we type in a minus sign followed by a 1. Then we need to type in 2 closed parentheses. And now we can hit the enter key and we have our answer of 3,218.36 rounded off as the variance. Alright my friends, hopefully you got something out of this video. I do have more videos right there for you. Till next time, I am out of here.